Today we're talking about the mean, the median, and the mode, and I'm going to show a quick video, and then we're going to continue with the notes in just a minute. Okay, the reason why I wanted to show you guys that was just to kind of give you some context. I could just tell you what the word mean, median, and mode stand for, but I want you to see, like, in real life, kind of what it is. You're probably most familiar with the word mean. You just didn't call it that. What did you call it? Uh-oh. Speak. Your average. And the way I remember that is because your mean old teachers give you your grades, right? Isn't your grade like your average? Is that a good way you could remember that? Your mean old teachers give you your grades, maybe? Okay. These words should be new to you, right? Median, give me one word. It's in the middle. Thank you. Someone was paying attention in the video. And then the mode, it was the one that happened what? It happened the most often. That's just a really quick explanation of those. Okay? All right. If you will turn your paper, find your notes. So turn the page after the first page. You were supposed to pick this up off the back counter. Hopefully everyone did. Okay. We're going to write some things down together so that we remember, okay? Measures of center. A measure of center is a way of summarizing. And here's a good rule of thumb. If I'm writing it in purple, you're writing it on your paper. It's a good way of summarizing. Okay, the data by providing a central point. So now we've got the mean. The mean is a measure of center in which the average of the data is taken. You should pick this up off the back counter. That's not it. That's not it. That's not it. That's cap. Yeah. Under, yeah, perfect. Those two on the right. That one's after, yeah. That and that up here. Okay, so here are the steps. Step 1. We need to find the sum of all the data points. From the warm-up, I hope you remember, what does sum mean? What does sum mean? Just tell me, guys. Answer to an addition problem. Guys, I love the hand raising and y'all being very respectful, but this I consider to be kind of like a discussion. So guys, question, just answer. Okay, I want to hear, because you know what, when you raise your hand, then only one person gets to answer, and I only know that that one person knows it. I want to hear you guys talk to me because I'm listening. I'm trying to see, does lots of people know? Or, ooh, did somebody say something wrong? Let me fix it, okay? All right, so the sum of all the data points, which means when we add, okay? Then do you remember what he said to do to find the mean after he added them all up? Do you remember what he did? He divided. Very good. Divide by the number of data points. The mean can be thought of as determining the fair share. Now, I'm going to be honest, I've hardly ever used that term. Okay? The main thing you need to know is add, then divide. Did you get it written down? I'm about to move on. Once I move on, you can't see it anymore. Yeah, so guys, in your packet, all right, so let's come down here. It says the list below shows the shoe sizes for 8 students in Mr. Somebody's class. So we need to find the sum and the mean. Okay, when I find the sum, can I add them the way they look right now? What should I do? What should I do? Stack them, that's right. So I'm going to put 13, and then I heard somebody say add a decimal. Where does the decimal go in the number 13? And behind it. And then since it's a whole number, what do I want to put there? 0. I forgot to mess up. So 13.0. So now let's go ahead and write down all of our numbers. So that would be 12. 9.0, 9.5, 10.5, 12.0, 11.0, no space, small, 12.0, and 8.0. By the way, on the smart board, you guys, I do try to get out of your way as much as I can, but this group especially, y'all, this group over here, and I'm the worst because I'm in your way. I'll try to get out of your way. Okay, now we're just going to add, right? Got a bunch of zeros and a 5 and a 5. What does that make? 10. So the zeros carry the 1. 1 plus 3, 4, 5, 6 plus 9. 6 plus 9. 15 plus 2, 17, 18, 19, 20 plus 8, 28. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Did everybody get 88? Okay, so your sum is 88. Everybody good so far? Okay, that was all step 1. Find the sum of all the data points. Step 2 says divide by the number of data points. Well, where do I get that number? You just count, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I'm going to do 88. 88 divided by 8. Well, what's 88 divided by 8? 11. That's a math fact. So the mean is 11. So what does that mean? The average shoe size in that class is an 11. Does that mean everybody wears 11? No, because some people wore an 8 and some people wore 13. But it's just on average, it was 11. Does anybody have a question? Now is the time to ask. The next one's on your own. Does anyone have a question? Okay, what I'd like for you to do is this one to the side that I put a heart on. Talk to the people at your group. If you're at home, pause the video. Okay, so really quick. We got 490 for the sum divided by 10 was 49, okay? And if you didn't get 490, then you probably made a little math error. Okay, underneath here, this was left off for your notes. So can you please copy this down? The mode of data, we're just copying this down. I'm so sorry it was left off. We'll skip that. Sometimes we skip problems because there's too many, and so for time, we just don't do everything. Yeah, we skip that whole thing. The mode of the data is the value that occurs the what? I heard somebody say it. The most what? Frequently, often, either one of those are synonyms. It's what happens the most often. For example, like on our first test, which is next Friday, not this Friday, but next Friday, I'm hoping that the mode of our data is like 95. Why? Because I want most students to make what? 95 or higher, right? Okay, so here I wrote this down. So just copy these quiz scores. 88, 92, 100, 88. No, just write down the quiz scores. So one more time. 88, 92, 100, 88, 75, and 90. What would be the mode of that data? Why? Because there's two 88s. 88 is the mode. Okay? Is everybody good so far? Okay, so while we're waiting on a couple friends to catch up, tell me, raise your hand this time and tell me, what is the mean? What is the mean? Oh, what's the mean?
The mean is
You got your notes. What's the mean?
the average.
It's the average. What's the mode? What's the mode?
Or the most frequent.
The most frequent. Okay, so those are the two. Now we got one more. So go to the next page. Turn your page. And now we're going to talk about the median. Give me one word for the median. Middle. That's right. It kind of sounds like it, right? Guys, have y'all ever driven, I know you have, right in front of the school on Katie Gaston, there is this grassy thing in the middle, right? What's that called? The median. Guess what? That's just a different meaning for the word. It's a grassy median. It's just the middle of the road separating the left from the right, okay? So there's median in numbers, there's median on the road, we got median, okay? All right. So we're moving on, okay? I know it seems like we're moving kind of fast. The median is a measure of center in which the middle of the data is determined. Two important steps. Step one, ordering the data from least to greatest, right? If I wanted to know all my students, who was the median height? Can you all just stand up right now and I pick the middle person? No, because what if Mercy Joy was standing in the middle? She's not our median height. She's on the tall end, right? Right? Okay? So you first have to get from shortest to tallest before we get our median, okay? After we go least to greatest, then we get the middle of the data set. Now, this happened in the video. There was not one middle number. Do you remember that? There were two numbers in the middle. Is everyone with me? Do you remember what he did in the video when there were two middle numbers? Do you remember? He found the average of those two middle numbers only, okay? Right. Okay, so let's do one together. So we're going to do this guy right here. The following data set represents the number of broken cookies in a test of 9 boxes of Girl Scout cookies, okay? So what's happened is we've opened up 9 boxes of cookies. Some of them had 2 broken cookies, some of them had 1, some had 3, some had 0. We want to know the median number, okay? So what's step 1? Write them
Up and down.
least to greatest, right? So I could do it up and down if I want. I also could do it side to side. I'm just going to go ahead and put them. So I got the 0, 0. And notice I'm not marking them off as I wrote them. That's so I'm keeping track. Now what do I need? I need the ones. 1, 2, 3, 4 ones. Now what? 2 twos. And a 3. One final thing before I move on. Count. Make sure you got them all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You just want to make sure you got all the pieces of data because if you forget one, it's going to throw your answer off, okay? Okay, so that was step 1. Was that step easy or hard? Easy, okay? Now the next step, you're going to find the middle, and here's the easiest way to do it. Cross out the littlest number and then the big one. Little, big, little, big. Keep going, little, big, until you hopefully only have one number in the middle. There's your median. So what's the median? 1. That's it. That's all you do. Okay? Now, for a second, so don't write this down because I'm changing ink color. We're going to pretend that I have another 0 in here. Now, if I did it, do you see what happened here? They want you to find the average of those. So it would be 1 plus 1, which is 2, divided by 2 is still 1. The middle number would still be 1, even though there were 2 numbers there. Does that make sense? So if you end up with 2 in the center, you just have to find that average. Okay? Add and divide by 2 because it's only 2 numbers you're dividing by. All right? Okay, so I want y'all to try the next one, the one I put a star on, with your table root, like you did before. Okay? If you're at home, pause the video and try it. I'm going to turn on the recording. So look, did you guys get, like mine, did you end up with a 1 and a 1.5 in the middle?
Yes.
Okay, so that means 1 plus 1.5 equals 2.5, and then what? Divide by 2.
Divided by 2.
Okay, so then that would be 1.25 is your median. Okay, while we're waiting, what's the mode of that data? What's the mode?
0.
Why?
Because that's the most numbers.
There's more zeros than anything else, right? That was the mode, okay? Okay, you guys, we're almost out of time. If I'm right, 12 o'clock? Is that the right time? We're like almost out of time. Okay, so we notice we're skipping, and that's okay. But here's what you're going to do for your homework, okay? You're only going to do, let's see what y'all have here. Okay, number 1, 2, 3. All right, you're going to do the mean, the median, and the mode. Notice on the bottom the range, you're leaving it blank for today. We're going to fix that tomorrow. So just 1, 2, 3. Mean, median, mode. Okay, that's your homework. Plus, if you didn't do your minor 1.1 about the Canvas stuff, make sure you do that because it's due Wednesday, okay? All right.